So this is, I'm sure you have this on your outline, but I wanted to make sure we brought this up. If you're going to live with somebody else, open, candid communication
Yeah.
and respect is the most important thing. So open, candid communication means you are willing to confront problems before they become something really bad that causes a big argument or causes you to start hating each other. A lot of people who are friends start living together and then eventually hate each other. And sometimes that is due to fundamental incompatibilities in living styles. But a lot of times it's due to things that could be fixed with candid communication soon enough. But a lot of times it doesn't happen because you think, oh, I don't want to stir up a hornet's nest. I don't want to make a fuss. I don't want to be the overbearing one. But I don't know. Something I've learned is that learning how to tactfully confront a problem, not from a position of I am right, you are wrong, you will do what I say, but from a position of we have a shared problem, how can we solve it? Let's work together, is the number one thing to living with somebody successfully, whether it be a significant other or a roommate.
Yeah, and I think it's important that you point out that attitude because you can bring it up, and it's not a problem yet. You bring it up tactfully. It's a problem when, as soon as they give an explanation, you refuse to compromise or even consider compromising.
Yeah.
Just because you got annoyed at something doesn't mean that they have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's especially important with significant others because you can turn little things like this into huge arguments for no reason. And I definitely have friends that I can't live with. It wouldn't work. I love them, but we can't live together for some reason or another.
Well, and we know, so there were a couple of people in our little roommate group of 5 people that just fundamentally couldn't live together. But the arguments would always start because of something that was concrete, something that was like a problem in the house. You're not cleaning up your dishes, or you're being too loud, or you're not turning your video games down late enough at night. But the reason the argument would become a big deal was not because they couldn't agree on the thing. It's because they would start getting emotional for other reasons. One wouldn't listen to the other, or one decided to use an ad hominem attack, or they just started to bring up things from the past. People get defensive, and they start feeling like, okay, now you're attacking me as a person, and this is no longer about the dishes. This is about my honor as a man, and I will not take this affront to my honor, you horrible person. And, horrible arguments happen that way. So there always has to be, I think, number one, some assumption that I may be wrong. Even if I think that I am totally right, I'm always going to be open to the possibility that I'm wrong because I have one perspective, and my one perspective is my life experience, and this person has a completely different perspective. Maybe I'm just going to bed really, really early, and it's totally unreasonable how early I go to bed. I'm going to bed at 7 p.m. because I want to get up for a 4 a.m. CrossFit class, and I've been getting up at 4 a.m. and waking him up because I'm a crazy person, and I'm still unreasonably expecting him to turn off all of his movies by 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. That's ridiculous. But maybe I get into this mind state where obviously everyone should get up at 4 a.m. and do CrossFit. Why wouldn't they? Yeah. I think you kind of get into your lane, and then you don't look at what the other lanes have in them.
Yeah, and you got to bring this stuff up quickly because you were talking about they bring up old arguments and stuff. If everybody agrees they're going to bring up annoyances like this quickly, then there is no ammo for past things. You can't turn the dishes into 17 other things that they had no idea you were annoyed about because now it hurts. Now it's like, you could have just told me and respected me as a roommate so that I could fix this for you instead of just letting you slowly hate me. What is going on here? Now it becomes really emotional. So you got to say it pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is one of the fundamental lessons I've learned about what makes human beings tick. Nothing will anger somebody more than a violation and a betrayal of their expectations. That is everything. Seriously, that's everything. That's why when people are used to dealing with a crap lot in life, they usually aren't horribly angry about it in the moment when something crappy happens because it's the status quo, it's the expectation. But if you've built up a friendship with somebody, and then a little problem comes up and you enter into a verbal altercation over it, and you decide to bring up a bunch of things in the past that they did because you think that's going to be ammo for you to win your argument, what that's actually interpreted as is you've been making this mental tally of all these things you don't like about them. So maybe you're not actually their friend after all. Maybe you don't like them. And that's a betrayal of their expectations. I thought you liked me. I thought we were friends. And this whole time you've been tabulating all these things you don't like and not telling me and just hiding them from me and resenting me. What the heck?
Yeah,
At
now
least
you
if you
got
were
to
open
imagine
about your
how
resentment.
much they hate you.
Exactly, yeah. If you were open about your resentment, I would have known the whole time. But now, like, this whole worldview I had has been shattered. This is something that Jordan Peterson is talking about in his book that I'm reading. It's all about, like, life is order and chaos. And the moment anything is betrayed, anytime your expectations are betrayed, you are thrown into chaos. You no longer have a good grasp on the state of things, and that is bad.
Yeah, I thought
You
you,
don't know what's
loved
going on.
lasagna Thursdays. What are you
I always
doing to
hated
me?
them.
I hate lasagna.
I was lactose intolerant. I keep telling you this.
Yeah.
Stop making lasagna. What are you doing? Life isn't a Garfield comic strip. Come on.
Yeah.
The pipe strip.
The pipe strip. That is, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that again. It's one of the best videos I've ever seen in my life.
It is a pretty amazing video. But yeah, try to be humble, open to other viewpoints, open to the possibility that you are wrong, but be willing to candidly approach a topic that is gonna cause some conflict.
Yeah.
There will always be conflict in relationships, even the best of relationships. Literally always. But when you broach the subject often and early and from a place of humility, it's never as bad. Which is why I think, like, anytime we have a disagreement or anything, it's like the most calm thing ever, because we tend to talk about it pretty quickly. And I think both of us are quite open to the possibility that we're wrong.
Oh, I'm probably wrong all the time.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm
probably wrong about that.
Was that a humble brag?
I don't know.
A complainer brag?
Something.